Good afternoon and welcome to the union of Natalie Peterson and Jacob De La Cruz. On behalf of Jacob and Natalie, the Peterson family and the De La Cruz family, I wish to extend a welcome and thanks for each of you being here today to witness this special day for Natalie and Jacob. This is indeed a special day for Natalie and Jacob. Not only are they getting married, but they chose this day in particular as it is the 10-year anniversary of their first date. To the day. And they were engaged 2 years ago on this day, on their 8-year anniversary. And they have chosen this day to have a great deal of significance in their life. Natalie and Jacob, the fact that you have chosen this date, the anniversary of your first date, to be the day that you exchange vows and commit yourselves to one another forever, shows that you already understand the significance of each other in your lives. When Natalie and Jacob told me that they chose this date specifically because it was their 10-year anniversary, I was immediately moved and very optimistic about their future lives. I was moved because it shows me that you two are already prioritizing your relationship and showing with acts and not words how significant you are to one another and how significant meeting and falling in love has been for each of you. You're starting off on the right foot, and if you can keep that intentional acts of honoring how much you each mean to the other, then I'm confident you'll have a long and rewarding marriage. When Jacob and Natalie asked me to officiate their wedding, I was at first shocked. And then I was beyond humbled and grateful that you asked me to be a part of this special day for you. Natalie, I've watched you grow from a first grader into the woman you are today. And you have watched your dad lure me into unsuspecting traps to injure myself and provide you and your dad with comic relief. Jacob, a word of warning. If your father-in-law ever builds a hovercraft out of a Glad garbage bag, a leaf blower, and a plastic lawn chair and asks you to drive it, or buys a used batting cage and asks you to see how fast the pitching machine will throw, or tries to get you to rent an electric scooter after too many alcoholic beverages, say no. There's some personal experience there. So. Jacob, I've gotten to know you in the last few years, and you're a fine young man. As someone who has known Natalie for most of her life, and someone who loves and cares deeply for her, I'm so happy she's chosen you to marry. You two complement each other very well with similar interests. You treat her with respect and admiration, and your devotion to her is obvious whenever I see you two together. Natalie and Jacob, you have chosen to marry. Marriage is a commitment you make to each other in front of your family and your friends. Your family and friends may appear as spectators today, but we are all here to support you two in your journey in life as husband and wife. I encourage you to lean on your family and friends as your marriage grows. Many of us have lots of experience with this marriage thing, some good and some bad, but both views and experiences can give you invaluable insights and perspectives to help build a lasting marriage. And at times when you struggle, and you will struggle, we are all here to support you and help you in this journey. The commitment of marriage is not to be entered into lightly, but thoughtfully and sincerely, with a deep appreciation for the lasting joys, obligations, and responsibilities. What brought you here today was love. Love for one another and love of being with one another. The love you feel today is a very special kind of love, but it changes over time. It can turn into an even deeper connection to achieve a level of love you don't even know exists yet. The foundation to build these types of long-lasting relationships that have endured the test of time, kids, money, family, and other stresses are trust and respect. Trust is built not by words, but by actions. Anybody can make a promise and give lip service to being honest, but when you do what you say you will do, and you own up when you fail to do what you say you will do, you build trust. When you're vulnerable with one another, you build trust. When you show forgiveness to the other person when they make a mistake, you build trust. When your partner demonstrates and lives in a manner that builds trust, you'll experience a feeling of security and care you've never felt before. It takes courage and determination to devote yourself to another in this way. And I promise you, if you can do this, your relationship can handle any stresses that will come your way. Along with trust, respect is another quality that is equally fundamental to a truly, deeply connected relationship. Respect is easy in the first few years of your relationship, but the strains of living together and dealing with his and her bad habits can start to erode your ability to show respect to one another. Respect is important to show in your everyday life, and especially important when you're not getting along. or talking or seeing eye to eye. You are going to argue and you're going to fight. And you're even going to have minor disagreements. But if you can still maintain a level of trust and respect for your partner in these moments of disagreement, you'll have a true partner in life. True, deep, forever kind of love is achieved when each partner genuinely feels trust for one another and respected by the other. Forget all the movies and books you have and haven't read yet, because you will. Life in marriage is hard. And relationships built on trust and respect withstand the test of time. As you get older, challenges you don't know or expect how to deal with will arise. No one escapes this journey without some very difficult times in a relationship. Living a life practicing building trust and respect day in and day out will be your greatest challenge, but it'll be so worth it. Lean into one another, be vulnerable with one another, and most importantly, laugh often. And you'll discover a love that you've never felt before, that flows from a sincere devotion to one another. Now, you've been warned. You guys still want to keep going? Okay. Jacob and Natalie have prepared their own vows to one another. That's yours. Jacob, will you go first?
Natalie, I cannot believe it's been 10 glorious years ever since that day you fell completely head over heels for me. Ever since we've started dating, I've been falling more and more in love with you every day. I know that love is going to continue to grow well throughout our marriage. Natalie, you are the kindest person I've ever met, always putting others first. You do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. You're also always teaching me new things every other day. Also, you know how to show off your goofy side every now and then, which is great, because I'm a huge goofball myself. I know what we have is special, and I'll always cherish it and never take you for granted. Some say finding true love is a 1 in a million chance, but I don't agree because I know the connection we have is one of a kind. I promise to always work towards a better future for us. I promise to always keep a smile on that beautiful face of yours. I promise to always keep cooking so that way you don't have to. That last one's probably my biggest key to success in this marriage. Natalie, nothing would make me happier than spending the rest of my life with you as your husband.
That was beautiful, Jacob. Natalie, your turn.
Jacob, I had no idea where to even begin for my vows to you. Then I found this letter I wrote for you on our 1.5-year anniversary and wanted to read a short excerpt. I love you so incredibly much, Jacob. I find myself falling more and more in love with you each and every day. We've grown and learned so much together, and I'm so happy for that. There's no one else I'd rather be adventuring and experiencing life with than you. Jacob, I'm so proud of you and who you've become over the time I've known you. Oh, skip the page. I can't wait to see what the world has in store for you, for us. More adventures, I'm sure. What 15-year-old Natalie didn't know is that I'd be saying these words to you years later in front of all of our friends and family. We have built such a solid foundation the last 10 years, and I am beyond proud of us and everything that we have accomplished. I know for certain you are my partner in life. I know that I will never be alone, and I will always feel loved, cared for, supported, and respected. I am the best version of myself when I'm with you because I can be unapologetically myself. I can be my most vulnerable with you and never fear judgment. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving everything that makes me me. I promise I will try my hardest to make you feel as loved, supported, and respected as you deserve. I promise to support your dreams, encourage your passions, and believe in your goals. I will always put you first and love you unconditionally. I will be by your side on the best days, the worst days, and every day in between. I'll support you through failures and celebrate your success. I'm proud to get to call you my husband. I choose you, Jacob, today, 10 years ago, and for the rest of my life. I love you.
You guys couldn't memorize that? The couple has decided to partake in a unity sand ceremony that symbolizes the blending of their two lives into one. Jacob and Natalie, now please hold close to your heart the container of sand representing the essence of all that you are and all that you bring to this union. The vessel of sand represents your individual lives, and the empty hourglass represents your new life together until the end of time. As these two containers of sand are poured into the hourglass, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one, just as the individual grains of sand mix together and become forever intertwined. So too becomes your lives through this union. Will you now pour the sand that is to represent all that you bring to this union from the past you have traveled to this day? Think of the strength of your promises, the honesty, integrity, and determination of which you make them. Think about how you give yourselves trustingly and wholeheartedly to one another and in the spirit of your marriage. We didn't practice this part. And now please seal the vessel with love as a reminder that nothing is more important than the bond you share as confidant and advocate, friend and partner, husband and wife, now and forever. May I have the rings, please? The couple will now exchange rings as a symbol of the promises of their marriage. Centuries ago, wedding rings were chosen as a physical embodiment of a couple's commitment due to their circular shape. A ring has no beginning and no end. Its path is endless and a symbol of your endless love and respect for one another. When you look at your ring, let it be a reminder that love is a choice you make every day to nurture and grow together. Jacob, as you place this ring on Natalie's finger, please repeat after me. Natalie, with this ring, I thee wed.
Natalie, with this ring, I thee wed.
As a symbol of my love and commitment, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love and commitment, I give you this ring.
A circle unbroken, a token of my everlasting trust and devotion.
A circle unbroken,
A token of my everlasting trust and devotion.
a token of my everlasting love and devotion.
I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant.
I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant.
With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
Okay, Natalie, your turn. Natalie, repeat after me. Jacob, with this ring, I thee wed.
Jacob, with this ring, I thee wed.
As a symbol of my love and commitment, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love and commitment, I give you this ring.
A circle unbroken, a token of my everlasting trust and devotion.
A circle unbroken, a token of my everlasting love and devotion.
I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant.
I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant.
With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
Okay, guys, almost there. One last order of business. And now, do you, Jacob, take Natalie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to love and to cherish her in sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, for better or for worse, and forsaking all others, keeping yourself only unto her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Natalie, do you take Jacob to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do you promise to love and to cherish him in sickness and in health, for richer and for poorer, for better or for worse, and forsaking all others, keeping yourself only unto him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Jacob, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. De La Cruz.